Wait, hi, howdy, hello, happy New Year's. Let's just get into it. Let's just start. I can cut that out of YouTube later. We'll see. We'll see if I even have to, considering, well, the instrumental might be loud enough, you know? This is gonna be so shit. Sounds like hip hop, but it's not. Because then the white guitar comes in. The white people guitar. It's like Run DMC, you know? That came through a wall, but it is a different song. I hate the world today. You're so good to me, I know, but I can't change. I can't change. I tried to tell you, but you look at me like maybe I'm an angel underneath. Innocent and sweet, like sweet and sour sauce. The other day I cried, singing the song Love Me. You must have been relieved to see the sun softer side. So soft. Right, back up, sing for me. I can't understand how you could be so confused. I don't envy you. I'm a little bit of everything, all rolled into one. I'm a bitch, my name is Robert. Such a bitch whose name is Robert. I'm a bitch, yeah, I'm a bitch. I'm such a fucking bitch. I have no hopes, I have no dreams, and a tiny little being, and it doesn't even function anyway because I've erectile dysfunction. So take me as I am, just a tiny little bitch of a man. Rest assured that when I start to make you nervous, and I'm going to extremes, tomorrow I will change, and today won't mean a thing. Poetry. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, and nothing in between. You wouldn't want it anyway. That's tough anyway. That's like so hard. Fuck. Ooh, guitar riff. I do gotta get that too. Since I'm a child prodigy, I'm an air guitar prodigy. I do air bass 2. I do air drums. On the fact Jackson 5 of myself. Ooh, with 3. Lift off. I don't know how the bridge goes. Just when you think you got me figured out. Oh, I jumped too early, my bad. The season's already changing. Think it's cool, you do what you do, and don't try to save me. How long does it save me? Yeah, whatever. I'm a bitch, there you go. I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I am your hell, I am your dream. I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. Like Burger King, have it your way. I'm a bitch, I'm a tease, I'm a goddess on my knees, and you get hurt when you suffer. I'm your angel undercover like Shaft. I've been numb, I'm relieved. I am not a leave. That would be good. A leave, huh? You know you wouldn't want it any other way. A leave is a pain medication, huh? Well, I think I killed it. I mean, good luck. Who's next? You know, the underworld. I'm like, superstar. I think this is my new job, guys. And I'm like, you got the new Z team guy because I'm like opening for Taylor. Oh man, this guy's still shredding. Fuck, I can't sit down yet. He goes on for a while. It's hurt. Have you not heard the newest hotness? Here, if you're not familiar with this. If you're not familiar with this.
Hey team, this is your...
That don't need a music video. Give me just the full song.
Bitch, my name's...
Oh, the full song, you idiots. There we go.
Oh. sounds like hip hop, but it's not, because then the white guitar come in, the white blue guitar.
Yeah, I totally could sing this better if I wanted to. I totally just did this intentionally as bad as him. You understand?
You're so good to me. I know that I can change.
I can't change.
I try to tell you, but you look at me like maybe I'm an angel underneath. Innocent and sweet.
Definitely the best part of all of Dispatch.
Yesterday I cried. This is the lady in the song of me. You must have been relieved to see the softer side. So soft. I back up, sing for me. I can understand how you could be so confused.
But yeah, if you're not familiar, this is from the video game Dispatch, the character of Flambe doing his own version of the song I'm a Bitch. I'm such a fucking bitch. I have no hopes, I have no dreams, and a tiny little beam, and it doesn't even function anyway. Because I'm an electronic function. But yeah, fantastic song. This patch good game. It's a fun game. Alright. Yeah, let's have a break, and just in case I need to cut this. Hi. Howdy. Hello. We'll do Bakamitai to like close it off at the end. I don't know if I'm doing any other karaoke. Don't know yet. Happy New Year's. It's the year 2026. So it's now Happy Nolano New Year's 2026, because that's, look, so last year, or rather the years before that, I always made the number the year that just passed. So the 1st of January 2024 was actually Happy Nolano New Year's 2023. So the 1st of 2025 should have been Happy Nolano New Year's 2024. But I didn't remember how I made the numbering system last year and wrote in 2025. So I had 2025 in there, and the title was 2024. And now I said, you know what, fuck it. It makes more sense for the number of the year to be the year of the new year than the other way around. The backlog is doing backlog things. I fully understand. Which is why in this, I guess your guys are above me, huh? That's fine. Where is my thing? I need some background music. What is good background music that won't get me murdered? I mean, I could just play stuff from the game that I'm talking about. Surely, well, I don't have like OSTs from every game that I've been talking about, so we can like have like, you know, like something quiet. You say that, but like sometimes, well, it depends on like the type of game too, right? Because like if games have licensed songs, then obviously not. But in those games, it's like whatever. We'll just play Metaphor Fantasy because that is the first game that we played this year. So yeah, the thing is this year, right? Speaking of backlog, we had this whole poll, right? Remember the whole ass poll. Oh, now you guys, you're in the way in the chat here. Remember the whole ass poll that I had? There was like a whole ass poll that was being had here, right? This whole thing, right? Like so many games. Look at all these games. There's like 20 games. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play 20 games. I counted the number of games I played this year, and as like 21 games that I played on stream. Only which of like half are these here. Like, let's see. I played Unicorn Overlord. I didn't play Frostpunk. I played Nine Souls. I didn't play Ace Attorney. I played Ender Lilies. I played Xenoblade, and I didn't finish it yet. I didn't play Devil Survivor. I played The Messenger. I didn't play AI. I played Animal Well. Surely didn't play Kingdom Hearts. Played another Crab's Treasure. Didn't play Pokemon any this year. Did play Shadow Dragon. Played Pilot Drifter. Didn't play Tales. Played Last Train Home. One stream. Played Metaphor ReFantasio. Did not play Elden Ring. Did play Elden Ring Night Rain. A lot. I played a lot of Night Rain. Did play Yoshi. I didn't count just now, but... Yeah, it's just... Like, this whole batch here feels a lot less than this whole batch here. And, like, numbers-wise, that is correct. But also, I mean... Like, look at all these, like... Look at all these, like, one-off streams. There's, like, 4 one-off streams here. Fury and Cocoon, well, Fury I never beat. Cocoon I did in one stream. These are, like, trying out one stream things, right? Like, I think just in total amount of time this year, I think definitely was less stream time. Especially in the second half of 2025, I kind of streamed less because I had a job change and couldn't really do Fridays anymore. So yeah, that definitely lowered stream time. But like in terms of big games that I played, I feel like I'm roughly actually the same, and I just played less one-off stuff. How far into Fear did I get? Like the 5th or 6th boss, I want to say. I beat the sewer thing, and I think I was at some guy. that is not very descriptive, I know. Some guy. I've been meaning to like continue that at some point. All right, anyway, we're gonna go in chronological order, right? I'm gonna go in chronological order. So we started the year out strong with the thing you hear in the background here. And where is it? Metaphor ReFantasio. Atlas game, Persona-like game, new IP, cool new stuff. Started out very strong. One of my favorite dungeons in JRPG history because it copied one of my favorite dungeons in JRPG history. Metaphor ReFantasio is definitely like already a contender of my game of the year. I don't think I can put it in anything but S tier. It's just good shit. That is not to say it is without flaws. There was definitely things I hoped would have been better, like side dungeons, unique enemies, like enemy variety. Because it was new IP, there was a lot of like palette swaps basically of enemies, especially of the mainstay weird enemy, the humans, right, as they're called in game. Definitely there. Oh, also, don't I have this thing up here as well somewhere? Oh, I guess this overshadows this. Wait, does it? Where is it? Oh, here. There we go. Also, this year, because 2024, in the middle of that year, started doing YouTube streaming and thumbnails. But this year, I have thumbnails for everything. Because I need to, for YouTube, to make a stream. I need to have a thumbnail. And sometimes I got more, sometimes I got less lazy. This was a middle ground. Anytime I need to edit text, that's more work than me slapping my face on it. Right? This is like a middle ground thing. But yeah. What a good game. Though it did take like 2 months, which kind of threw out the, oh, I'm going to do all these games on this list plan rather quickly. Rather quickly. There's also the fact that I think this year I did a lot more single game focus rather than like playing 2 or 3 games at once. I think the only time I did that was with Ishin. Also because on YouTube, it turns out it's actually really easy. Because I need to make templates with thumbnails and everything, YouTube allows you to reuse stream settings, so I can switch between different recent games a lot easier. Whereas for Twitch, you need to like redo the whole thing. Like sometimes I also just don't need to change really much of anything. But I also wonder, why am I putting up tags? I should just not put up game unique tags anymore, I feel like. Other than maybe like first time playing or something, or no spoilers or no backseating or something. There's not really a point to setting up more tags. Because, I mean, that's what the game category is already for. The banana stays, obviously. I mean new tags. Yeah. Anyway, Metaphor, super strong game. Definitely already this whole year loomed its shadow over. Is this just my favorite game this year? I love Persona style. I love Atlas JRPG. I think the world was really cool. The music was really nice. Any vocal track in Metaphor is absolute banger because I mean we got fucking, where is it? It's just so cool. Right? This is just so cool. Got the ambush variant. Dang, dang. Could be more. Let's not talk about. The shadow of Claire Obscure also hung over me this entire year. So it's just so much. So much. You know it. You know it. We all know it. But also, I got this one. And, I mean, just for that alone, the full commitment to the bit is crazy. I know some people would call it an easy way out, right? Recycling, right? I call it, oh my god, this is the best. This is the best fan service you can give me. So I'm cool with it. The commitment to the bit was hard. As a Persona track, no. So, medium spoilers for Metaphor Fantasio, a mid-game dungeon. I'm going to put up my hand right when I'm done talking about this. This is a track from Etrian Odyssey 1, the dungeon crawler of Atlas that spans many, many games now. Etrian Odyssey is a wizardry type, like a first-person party-based dungeon crawler. And it is one of my favorite game series. And the commitment to the bit was massive in that whole, like, half of that dungeon was just 5 floors out of Etrian Odyssey. With the exact same plot twist of that game, effectively. Without saying too much. But, like, 1-to-1, the map, like, the thing is, like, it doesn't... First-person dungeon crawler versus, like, third-person Persona style running around, like, in the area game, right? But, like, the map was the same. Like, I'm not even kidding when I, like, oh, like, it looked kind of the same. Oh, it had, like, some of the same... No, it was, like, it's It's the same. It has the exact same angles and corridors and visual cues and rooms and even treasure locations. The commitment to the bit was massive, and that is balls. And again, fair game series. All right. Yeah, they're large games for sure. If you're a type like me who wants to talk to all the characters and stuff like that, I sunk 200 hours into Persona 5. I sunk 200 hours into Persona 5 Royale, even though I played Persona 5 already. Persona 5 Royale that I then also played on stream. And I sunk, I don't know how many hours into Metaphor. 142. And I'm a single playthrough Andy, right? This is just me. This is just me doing the thing. Alright. Anyway, Metaphor Reintaizio. Good game. Loved it. But the game, the year didn't just start out strong, it continued strong, because then I played 9 Souls. More different it couldn't be. We've got Metroidvania, Soul Sekiro-esque combat. The story was really cool and unique. The aesthetic was good. I wish it had more bosses, because the bosses were all super good. The bosses were all super unique and super good, and the parry style. They get the true ending naturally. I got the normal ending first, and then I was like, ah, shit, I gotta gather all these things, don't I? And then I got the true ending as well. Well, I say true. Technically, it's like an alternative ending, but the alternative ending has a new face of the last boss, so it is kind of the true ending. Right. I mean, if one ending has an extra boss face and the other one doesn't, you know. Anyway, yeah, the platforming in that was tight. The story was good. It focused on a small cast of characters. Had a like modern classic in the hub, right? But the hub was comfy, so it's fine. Yeah, and the favorite boss is naturally the middlemost one. Well, the last boss was also really, really good. But I think my favorite boss, other than the very last one, definitely is the middle boss. Yes, Lady E. Lady E. I wasn't sure what the name was anymore. Such a good fucking... the combat just flows so well. Again, because it's got that like Sekiro-style parrying stuff in addition to the Metroid platforming, it flows really well. And I'm pretty sure I like Nine Souls more than Hollow Knight. Speaking of Hollow Knight, fucking Clair Obscur, Silk Song, fucking all the 25. Didn't play any of those. Played Dispatch. That was a hot new game. But yeah, Nine Souls. Probably one of my favorite Metroidvanias, if not my favorite now. So yeah, I can't give it not S tier. Suffer back through Nine Souls and flying up through Sekiro. You're just so practiced now. And in Sekiro, you don't need to do the platforming. You can just focus on all the parrying. Beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, Sekiro also naturally oozes style, and Sekiro is my favorite FromSoft game. Though, I mean, I play a lot of Night Rain now. I mean, if you want to count like playtime only, Night Rain is definitely my most played Souls game by now. Well, actually, Elden Ring, I don't actually know how many hours I put in the Elden Ring anymore. A good number. But I played a lot of Night Rain this year. I played a lot of. I have 215 hours in Night Rain. Admittedly, not everything of that is runtime, right? A lot of stuff can also be in the hub. But the same is true about stuff like Elden Ring, where you can organize and talk to people and stuff like that. So, we'll get to Night Rain. What's next? I guess the other thing that took 1 billion hours of my time. A game that I bought on Switch. It's Unicorn Overlord. I'm just gonna put it down for now. I don't want to hold down the button. It's not actually easier. Unicorn Overlord is an interesting case because for the longest time I wasn't sure if I like it or what I liked about it. Lady, not supposed to be called Lady Butterfly. Yes, I remember that fun fact. I do recall that fun fact. No, but from what I read, though, it wasn't just because of Sekiro, but also because of something else that I don't remember. Something in the translation or something that had a different meaning for her being butterfly. Oh, go on, figure. I mean, I guess it's fine. By the way, here's more train. Did I play? I have played SteamWorld Heist 2 this year. I did all of that off stream. That was like a game that I actually fully just played off stream. I should get the 9 Souls OST somewhere in here, huh? I'll consider it. I'll consider it. So, right, Unicorn Overlord. I don't know. I put like how many hours into this game? A lot. I put like over 2 months into this game. And it was cool. And like it's a cool fantasy world with like decent enough story. The characters are cute. So if I recall correctly, some of my gripes were that the support combos, so to speak, were annoying to get, and like normally in older games, like in older Fire Emblem games, they're also not voiced or anything like that, right? So this shouldn't be an issue here. Yet somehow, because of, I don't know, the sprite work being very generic, like off the overworld map stuff, and not having like the close-ups, and just like the flow of those conversations wasn't quite as gripping. I don't know. Like, I didn't find the characters, a lot of the characters at least, as interesting. And then there was the, I mean, I know it's more of a strategy than a tactics game, right? That's like the main takeaway. Fire Emblem and games like it, or Final Fantasy Tactics, are tactics game. They are in the moment decisions on like the battle map with precise controls and so on. Unicorn Overlord is a setup game. Kind of reminds me of like how I called the Digimon game, something hackers, Cyber Sleuth. Half of that, it wasn't like a full-on like RPG, but half of that was just in the prep. And in Unicorn Overlord, definitely more than half of that is in the prep. Right? It's mostly a prep-based game. With the gambit setups, like the orders that you do, and the team compositions and equipment and stuff like that. It is a very theoretical numbers game as opposed to direct numbers game where you directly like look at things and see how they like turn out. No, that one is like purely set up and how you think they might work out, which in itself isn't so bad. But now you combine that with the battle preview that the game has. And suddenly the game becomes a very different game and not really that strategic anymore either, because you already see the outcome anyway, because all the orders are a given. They're static things. And then any RNG that applies, the preview already incorporates. So it knows what RNG things happen. Which is kind of defeats the point. Like, I get, again, for like this grand thing, that the preview was necessary. Because otherwise, it's complete chaos in such big maps that last such a long time that you could then easily lose because you don't know what is actually going to happen in these grand strategy things. That could be avoided with like strategy outcome that isn't as what do you call it, extreme from the outcome. Like, it's very swingy if you win a fight or lose a fight in that game, which for some other more strategy oriented games is not quite the case. So that, combined with the fact that the worst part of this is, right, the RNG in the previews is already pre-calculated, but if you change a tiniest thing, the RNG seed gets pushed forward, which means you can directly control the RNG of the preview to turn around a fight that was previously a certain death into a certain win by turning off a gambit that makes a unit do an attack that would miss, but now that unit doesn't do the attack, so the enemy goes first. That one has the seed that makes the attack miss, and everything just goes completely flopsided. So again, you kind of, at least I felt like I needed to do that, because yeah, if I see the fight as a loss, all I need to do is sometimes change a number here or there, change an order here or there, and suddenly the fight is a win. So the overall strategy was then combined with the micromanagement, not of like your units or changing tactics around depending on what's on the field, but changing tactics around based on what the RNG preview tells you is wrong. And that is really annoying. Again, some people can be completely fine with that. I was annoyed by it. So this could be an A-tier game. I think for a lot of people that like those like moving pieces around bit is, but I don't know if it's almost C for me, despite having put in so many hours into it. I played it a lot. I got the post-game ending stuff too, the true ending stuff of that too. Yeah. I need to stop freaking touching my lip. My lip's dry, air's dry, things hurt. I will be in hindsight, quote unquote, generous, and I think I'll put this in B tier. Unicorn Bovelord. Unicorn Bovelord. Stupid ass name too. I appreciate largely the variety of units and stuff like that and skills. Those are all very cool. And all the possibilities and potential squads. Like there's like Final Fantasy Tactics, there's like a lot of stuff you can do, I think. And everybody does stuff like slightly differently. So I think overall it's a good game. But there's just a lot of things that annoyed me about it on a mechanical, conceptual level, together with the overhead and the lack of diversity in maps sometimes. Like, every map is, like, in the overworld, a map. But a lot of the times I feel like there could have been more variety in mechanics in the maps that go beyond capture this, to stop this, and stop this. But maybe that would have taken away from the core of the game. So, like, some games suffer from, like, too many gimmicky things, and then the core gameplay is like, I mean, what even do you have core gameplay for if you just do gimmicks every map? I don't know. I feel very conflicted about this game, so I'm going to put it in B. Alright. Azeroth Reborn, on the other hand, has landed A tier. So, for those unfamiliar, Azeroth Reborn is a mod by creator Synergy for the StarCraft 2 engine, porting all the Warcraft 3 campaigns into the StarCraft 2 engine, but retaining all of, like, the voice acting, the models that, because, like, original StarCraft 2 editor actually had a lot of Warcraft 3 models in it too. StarCraft 2 is old. What did I want to say? Right, and the quality of life changes for just like the engine, but coupled with like slightly increased difficulties and stuff like that, were actually preserving the original experience, I feel like, almost better. Like, the main thing that has changed is the 12 unit, like, selection cap, honestly. That makes, like, the biggest difference, I feel like. And, like, better pathing at times. But that's, like, a twofold thing for both you and the enemy. I love Warcraft 3. I actually, the other day, started now playing the Sentinels campaign, aka the DLC, DLC, previously it was an expansion. DLC, newfangled word for expansion. For Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. And I'll continue that this year. Yeah, so love Azeroth Reborn. Love Warcraft 3. It's good stuff. Not much to say here. Yeah. Next up, we got Ishin, the periodic history drama with the Like a Dragon / Yakuza characters. Don't you fucking you're fucking around, right? You're not being serious, right? Oh no. I got my eye on you. Yeah, I'm playing through the Like a Dragon series in release order. So next up was Ishin, which is the, well, originally Ishin never got released outside Japan. So this is basically the Kiwami remake version with some quality of life stuff, but also Dragon Engine, I think. So things flop around a lot. Good combat, shitty. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know if this. It's been too long since I played other Like a Dragon games, honestly, to properly compare again. But I felt in Ishin especially, the main story was a lot of run from one end to the map to the other end of the map. One end, other end, one end, other end. And that is without like I know on the limited maps I kind of have to do that, but this one felt very egregious because it's also very much always the same path you walk. Like to go from your hotel, like at the very south end of the map, to the Shinsengumi at the very north end of the map was... And you still had loading screens because the freaking in-between stuff still had them. So you still had to go through like 3 loading screens. So it was still kind of ass. So much for Dragon Engine, no loading screens. The story was great. Drama was fantastic. Even as a non-history nerd, just Yakuza stuff. It's very dramatized, obviously. I think this ranks somewhere here. The combat was fun, but the side stuff wasn't quite as interesting. Aside from, I mean, karaoke was great. The dancing stuff was fun. The rhythm game stuff was fun. I did not do Another Life. That was like the most horrible main side shit that you could ever think of. Another Life with Haruka. No thank you. I will not have another life. I will finish the game without money. Yeah. And then the Shinsengumi like combat dungeon missions, they were pretty ass. I don't know. Because this was still in this like in between of, oh, it's like partially an RPG with like weapon stats and stuff like that. I think the Like a Dragon series suffers from it, and I will hopefully get proven wrong when I get to Infinite Wealth and we do JRPG stuff again. I will hopefully get proven wrong that they will be able to make the RPG elements actually fun and not just present or even a hindrance or a gate. Yeah. I don't know. Hurt the pacing of the game for sure, together with the running around. Did that for a while on Fridays, and sometimes not on Fridays. Well, next up is Gaiden anyway, which is going to be more punch, pow, pow, short form, I think. We'll see. We'll see that this year. I'll play Gaiden this year. Maybe I'll even play Infinite Wealth this year. We'll see. Probably not. I've got so many things to catch up on too. I mean, I feel like I should play Clear Obscure before I play Infinite Wealth. So we'll see if that happens this year. Look, all I'm doing is I'm not rushing through the Yakuza series. I am slow rolling it, just like I slow roll my Etrian Odyssey stuff usually. And thus, I do not get into the situation of, well, I'm up to the newest game in the series. I bought the newest game for full price, unpatched, whatever, blah, 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 and played through it, and now what? Heck, they've announced multiple other games by now. They've got that Project Century or whatever, and then what? That other thing that they recently showed. I forgot what it was. But they showed something else recently. So yeah, I still got Gaiden, I still got Infinite Wealth, I still got Pirate Yakuza, still 3 things that I can like play, like maybe 1, maybe 2 a year, and then 2 years we'll have new Yakuza games again. Right? So cool. Next, as a palate cleanser from all these big things aside from Warcraft 3, we got the Messenger. I got the Messenger. This was fun. This was a fun game. I did not do the DLC fully. Because I feel like I got that got like too difficult, and I got kind of tuckered out of the formula. But otherwise, this was a fun, like, platforming, partial Metroidvania that had an okay story. I think this goes on B tier. It was nice. It was nice. Now I think, now I'm like questioning these two though. Are these B tiers? Did I enjoy them more than The Messenger? Or equal? Probably equal. Equal sounds about right. I don't even know what's going to fill these. Oh, actually, I know what's going to fill some of these. We got Last Train Home, which I tried out one stream, and then I played it off stream, and then I didn't play it off stream anymore because I got kind of tired of it, and it wasn't really what I thought it was going to be. It's still interesting. I still plan to play it, but it is not really an RTS. It is something that uses the interface of an RTS half the time. So is this a C or a D? I think this is a C. This is a solid C. I think this game tricked me. I think this game tricked me. So it is very, again, the atmosphere is really cool. The voice acting is very good. The train management is interesting, together with the like seeking out resources, blah blah blah, resource management, because that's what it is. For most of the time, it is mostly resource and decision management. Resource and decision management. Yeah, I should queue up some other songs. Oh, by the way, currently playing is the Awaria OST, which I really like. I wish there was more Awaria maps. I would play more Awaria. That was fucking hype, especially that like the hard mode of the last map. that was pretty hype. That was not this last year. Okay, yeah, Last Train Home kind of tricked me. I feel like could describe 90% of all video games. So sure, but like more direct. I don't know. Like sure, an RTS is also resource and decision management, but I mean like in the broadest sense, not in the detailed sense, I guess. I don't know how to else say this. In Last Train Home, if I'm in a combat mission, I'm in sneak mode 95% of the time, slowly creep forward, assassinate singular people, and play it more like a stealth game. Right? I play it a bit like the Mimimi games, Blades of the Shogun, Desperados 3, those things. Just with less style and interesting maps. I sneak up to things, I toss my stones, create distractions, silently shoot people and like ambush them, whatever, right? Like, it's that because the people, any bullet they shoot, any grenade they have to toss, any damage they take is permanently, and if I get out of that map, I'll have to deal with those things. I don't want to, so I always want to 100% want to optimize the stealth mission, so I don't have to deal with frickin' people eating up additional infirmary space or whatever. That's what I mean with like that type of management, instead of a normal RTS, where you got like your armies, you move them around, you harvest those resources, you shoot those enemies, you build different things. No, because like these are people, individuals that you're managing. It feels a lot different, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wasn't what I expected and causes me and my playstyle to be very slow. Similar to non-XCOM 2 XCOM. Right? Like XCOM 1, like remake XCOM 1s, you Overwatch creep. That's what you do on higher difficulties. You Overwatch creep. Doing anything else is foolish. Ooh, best track in a Wario. But yeah, Astronome, C tier. Cool. Thought of that once. Night Rain! When I bought Night Rain, I wasn't sure if I should buy Night Rain because I felt like, with whom do I even play this with? I played this with a close friend of mine a bit. I thought like maybe stream people would be interested in playing this, but less so. So I only streamed like a little bit of it when I discovered it. And since I don't really play these like battle royale, highly timed kind of games, I was also kind of iffy. And you can definitely tell in the first stream that I was just constantly losing naturally, especially in solo, because the game is not really made for solo. I feel like some hardcore people will disagree and do solo runs with their eyes closed, because this is a Souls type game and attracts Souls people that like Souls like. And there are some freaking insane bastards out there in this community sphere, right? I feel like we've all seen some of these people. That fucking who was it? Hob. Entire Soul series plus Sekiro hitless, back to back. If he gets hit once, he starts with Demon Souls again or something like that. Like, there's some deranged people in this community. Absolutely. But I found some other friends who really liked playing that round with me, and I still play it with them. That's why I have like 200 hours in it. And played bought the DLC, played the DLC, blah blah blah, and I still play Night Rain, and it's a lot of fun. I really like Night Rain, and I went back to Elden Ring for a tiny bit, and that shit's unbearable now. Because technically they use the same engine, right? But Night Rain is so much faster. You get to wall jump, you get to double wall jump, you get to ledge climb, you get to not take fall damage. You just zoom around the map. You get to surge sprint, you zoom around the map, you hit things, and you respawn, and da 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 da. Everything's so nice and fast, and now I actually like it being nice and fast. It just runs very smoothly. And then Elden Ring, you got your horse, right? You got Torrent, sure, but then you got like a tiny jump, boop, and you got no cool, unique character skills. You don't got the grappling hook of the Wilder or my favorite character currently. I'm a Scholar main now, so I just put on my monocle and scan everything and thread everything together. This doesn't mean anything to anybody who's played Night Rain, but I still will ramble about it. It feels just really nice because it you have to think less. I feel like there's a lot more thinking overhead due to the RPG nature of something like Elden Ring. Dark Souls a bit less so because it's more condensed, right? But Elden Ring, being this open world thing, has a lot more stuff in it to also care about with the upgrades and shit. And all the billion directions that you can go to and equipment that you can have. A lot more RPG thinking overhead. Rather than Night Rain, which is, here are set builds with characters that are setly good in that. So go ham. And instead of looking at weapons and comparing them necessarily on this like long-term basis, you just flip a switch in your brain. You have to know what each weapon is good at, roughly. and then you see a number, and you're like, great sword versus great axe. Actually, I like great axe more because the moveset is nicer, or this one has a better passive, or my character has a better strength scaling, so let's pick the great axe instead of the great sword, whatever, right? Yeah, it just... Night Rain just plays so smoothly that I really took a liking to it after learning how it wants me to think. Because at the start, I didn't know that, right? At the start, I was thinking it's like a Dark Souls game, but you have to be fast. Which is still true, but I couldn't wrap my brain around the exact method of how it wants you to think. Until a good, like, 10, 20 hours in. You haven't tried the DLC yet. You have the Elemental Cocktail makes it to the mainline titles, making magic builds. Hold up, though. Magic builds already get all the fancy shit, I'll have you know. Like, in normal Souls-type gameplay, all the fancy stuff comes from magic builds. Elemental Cocktails, like even more fancy stuff the Recluse couldn't pull off. It's only in Night Rain that the weapon skills that were a lot more unique in Elden Ring really found a better footing, I feel like. Because you also have like way more stuff that you can swap out to and find new things and use new skills all the time. Rather than the tried and true one. And with the character skills making character skills and weapon skills making martials actually so much more interesting, instead of either you dodge and you claw, or you block and you guard counter or whatever that martials do in normal Elden Ring gameplay. Just saying, could be more fun. Sure, anything can be more. Anything can be more. Hey, look, if we get double jump, ledge grab, wall jump, ledge grab in Elden Ring, would be nice. But I also hope they don't make more Elden Ring. Because screw the open world. I hope they condense more again. Give me more Sekiro, give me more Bloodborne, give me less Elden Ring. But if you give me more Bloodborne, please don't make Blood Vials needing to farm again. Like that is really fucking annoying. Yeah. We'll see how their Switch 2 title, Dusk's Blood, or whatever it's called, Dusk's Blood? I don't know how to say this. How that turns out. Because apparently, yeah, it's a multiplayer Switch 2 title. And, I mean, people were skeptical to Night Rain, and it fucking worked, so maybe this will be amazing. I don't know. I'm still not gonna buy a Switch 2, though. What gets me to buy a Switch 2? Fire Emblem might, but also I bought Three Houses like a year after, so I feel like a similar thing would happen with Fortune's whatever it's called. I'll buy it after like a year maybe, if it is Switch 2 exclusive, right? I'll then see how the Switch 2 turns out, and then at some point I'll get that. I can't see it doing very well multiplayer and Switch. Yeah, just there's the Switch already. I don't know. Is the Switch 2 a lot better in that regard? Probably not. Nintendo shenanigans. But I mean, they run their stuff like Splatoon and Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. That stuff's all online. And they're having great success with those. The real question is just like, is the audience gonna go in there? The age of Steam. I still need to actually play the prequel trilogy. That's on the list. I forgot what they're called. It's the prequel trilogy, 4, 5, 6. We'll get there. We'll get there someday. What was I talking about? Right, Night Rain. Fun. Cool. Still play it. Hyperlight Drifter. Hyper Nolano Drifter. I completely forgot that I had the thumbnail thing and didn't actually show you all the thumbnails. So we got the thumbnails for 9 souls. It's just me looking very serious. Alright. Alright. Easy cut. Cutting my face is always a bit weird because I don't know, like, where should I cut the beard in my hair? We got Unicode Overlord, right? Again, this was very lazy. This was a lazy one. This was a lazy one. I grabbed, well, had to find the correct thing. But yeah, just slap the one-way road. Just slap the accelerator on. Oh, because this is sorted by when I made the thumbnails. I actually made the thumbnail for Animal Well way earlier. It's just serious, badly lit Nolano together with Doggy as the Wabbits. Look at Animal Well. Ishin, yeah, just... Oh yeah, this is where I started actually having prepped a cutout of the hair. So like very meticulously cut out every strand here. And then I was able to just slap that on things. That was a great speed up in lazy thumbnail making. To recommend. And used it for the messenger again. This is for Last Train Home. Bonus. Jojo. This one was easy, I think, because I just copied the edit that I made for Elden Ring. The nice and simple there. I got Hyper Nolano Drifter. This was a cool game. A bit like short, disappointing, but short and sweet. Also hits the spot nicely. I think this is just a solid B rank. Apparently, they made a sequel that's really shit. I feel like I read up on that at some point, and it's just like, I don't know if it was a different studio or something, or the publisher forced them to like make certain things. Was it like a multiplayer thing? All I know is that it apparently is bad. Hyperlight's something. Yeah. And then put Deltarune. How about Breaker? Yeah. Right, because it's also like an early access thing. Yeah. I'll put Deltarune. I love Deltarune. It's better than Undertale. I haven't actually ever played Undertale myself. I've just seen people play it. But like, from what I can tell, I mean, it's just obviously that Toby Fox got better at making games. Deltarune's great. I vibe with the humor. I vibe with the characters. The story gets more and more interesting. The super boss of Chapter 3 is peak. Me sitting like 3 to 4 hours on it was peak. The atmosphere it gave off is peak. Solar Ash, huh? That's the skating game, eh? Yeah, Deltarune. Fingers crossed. 5, 6, 7. You'll play when it's fully out, total spoiler avoidance. Very reasonable. Good luck for the next 2 or 3 years until Toby Fox finally is able to finish it. Because, like, what? Deltarune Chapter 1 came out when? when did it come out? 2018. 2018. Chapter 2, 2021. 3-year gap. Chapter 3 plus 4, 2025. 4-year gap. Oh, apparently they have said like end of 2026 for chapter 5. But I thought they wanted to complete all the other stuff. I forgot how that goes. But yeah, I hold your butts, I guess. 2027 would be optimistic. But who knows, maybe like now when these like last developments are going a lot quicker because a lot of groundwork is already laid out for Toby and the crew. Because they did do chapter 3 plus 4 for that gap. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It'll happen. In December 2025, he stated that progress was going excellently. Okay. Sure. "2027 sounds optimistic, but maybe with a bit of luck." That runs fun. I do believe this Toby Fox Deltarune Undertale humor does only appeal to certain people. Really, I've seen a lot of people bounce off of it, but I really like it. And then I played Everybody Wham Wham. Look, Redulus, a good friend of mine, wanted me to play this. And just like I played Anime Girl and Bottle, I played this. I don't know. As opposed to Anime Girl and Bottle, this one's like actually a thing though. But it's still... So, the core gameplay is you're at a winter festival, and you're basically building snowmen. It's a snowman contest making game. So you roll up balls, make snowmen, and decorate them with things. According to specifications of the judges, that then judge your thing. But it's also like this, it's a bit of XD random feel. I don't even say it. How do you even describe anything that happens in this game? It certainly was a game. It is better than Anime Girl and Bottle. This was actually a game. But just so that something lands in F tier, I'll put this in F tier. Alright, cool. Final Fantasy 6. Okay. It's not F tier, I just need to drop it down. Oh, is it like cut off? Oh, it's cut off because the thing moved. There you go. I don't know. This is one of the oldest Final Fantasies I played. I played 3 on the DS, the remake of that, at some point in my life. This was a cute game. Felt somehow smoother than 9 at times, because it didn't have fancy animations a lot of the time. So the ATB system didn't get stuck with that. A bit weak in the quote-unquote second half, I think. I think that could have been expanded somewhat. Forcing you to use all your characters in modern games, I think, is good. In old games where there's no such thing as XP share, is pretty ass. So I picked Final Fantasy VI, funnily enough. Oh, now it's doing this, huh? I picked Final Fantasy VI, funnily enough, because I saw the opening sequence of the robots like walking in the snow in the blizzard, and I thought, wow, the atmosphere must be great in this. And sometimes Final Fantasy VI has that really cool atmosphere and world building, and sometimes it's a really old game and my imagination is not strong enough to carry all that with me. So I feel like it was kind of lacking. Like, look how amazing this artwork looks. Like, how incredibly evocative. Also, very proud of mine, Nolano Fantasy again. Managed to squeeze that in. It's always a bit tricky with the unique Final Fantasy thing in the middle to fit the Nolano in there properly. But yeah, I mean, it just looks so cool. But it's also a game from 1994, before I was born. So pixel graphics were pretty. Really inconsiderate, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I think that's why it only lands on B tier. I feel like B tier is going to be very full, huh? That's how it usually goes. What was my tier list from last year? Was B tier also full in that? Oh, A tier was really full in that one. Damn. Right, and a lot of one-off landed in E tier. Or in D tier, that's what happened there. Ooh, okay, so here's the interesting part now. Last year, I put Final Fantasy IX in C tier. And I think that's correct. I think I liked 6 more than 9. It's a bit of a matter of expectation gap between that as well. I feel like 9 had more potential, whereas 6, I can see the limits. We had a big like conversation near the end of FF6 about like my wish for more direct character interactions, which I found a bit lacking. Yeah, overall. Yeah. Also just so funny that Terra, the flagship supposed protagonist, is like not the protagonist for half the time. Oh, right, and then I did like 2 streams for Uma Musume. Yeah, I don't know, D tier or E tier. Look, Horse girls are cute. I've seen a lot of great art. And people caring for horse girls. And then consequently, the real life horse is also cool and all that. But also it's horse racing? No, thank you. This is really fucking boring, actually. I don't know how people play this. Fun fact, I stopped playing Arknights this year. I played Arknights now for 3 years. This year I decided to cut it. I was like, you know what? No. I'm just doing like my dailies or whatever. Fuck that shit. I'm not actually following it anymore. Endfield's going into open beta. And I feel like I'm obligated to, at least when that releases, try it out a bit. But I was not really into these Genshins, Wuwas, ZZZs. I enjoy all the cute anime girls and boys that come out of it. All the art that gets inspired. But not really a player. Got too much other shit to do. Heck, I'm currently considering dropping my browser idle game that I've been playing for like 2 years now. Because I caught up to current content. It's called Evolve Idle. What do I even do with all my time now? Dropping all my idle games or gacha games or other daily shenanigans. Just play more Night Rain. Just play more Night Rain. But yeah. It's really funny because when I dropped Uma Musume, so one of the early banners in the game had a really powerful character, or powerful support card character called Kita-san Black, and I got like 5 of her, so I got almost full potential, like almost maxed out that character, so other people could like, that friended me, could like get her as a support card, as like a friend support card. And then I stopped playing. And at least one of my friends was like, why did you stop playing? You got like the best thing. No. You got like the best character. Very funny. But yeah, it's not really that interesting. I don't know. I don't care enough about their slice of life stories. Especially when they're not voice acted. Especially when they're not voice acted. Only shit. I already had enough of that shit in Arknights. God, I wish Arknight's story was less verbose and more dynamic. If not with voice acting, then with like more sound effects or sprites or anything. Voice acting would be fantastic, but again, it's straight too verbose to pay voice actors for that shit. For the main story, because the main story and the lore of Arknights is like really good. That's why I really liked it. The characters and the lore and the world and the story is like really good, but also it's too much fluff. Not in the sense of there's too many side stories, but the writing is really bad at times. It's really verbose at times and like unnecessary. And the lacking presentation does not help. I'm looking forward to watching the Arknights anime. I think the Arknight's anime is like up to main story 5 or 6 or something. So that's should be nice. Try getting into Arknight, so it was cool. Don't like tower defense. Oh, that's fair. I personally do enjoy actually the gameplay of a lot of things, especially when I started out and build up. But obviously by now I've like maxed out on so many characters that can I just slap down like 5-6 stars and clear maps and don't really care too much about things anymore. I played the roguelike mode for quite some time as well. I really like the roguelike mode of Arknights. Yeah. It's cool. I do like Arknights. But also, I'm an idle game, right? It's just a lot of stuff. Beep boop up. Yeah, the One Musume exists. I don't know why people play it. That one I cannot follow. I can follow why people play Arknights. I can follow why people play like Genshin, Wuba, and stuff like that. Don't really get the horses. I mean, they're cute horses, but yeah. Animal Well. Hey, look, it's the thumbnail from earlier. Beer. Animal Well. So this is Rain World, but less obtuse and more direct Metroidvania mechanics. It is cool. Again, it is cool. And I played through the main game, and then I looked up some things, and then I went egg hunting a little bit, and I looked up some more things, and then I dropped the game. Because I ain't hunting all those eggs. And I'm not gonna frickin' ARG like forum-based shenanigans to get the bunnies and solve the fourth layer puzzles in this. Nah, you know what? Nah, fuck that. Look at that. It's really funny because we're gonna get to blueprints at some point in this tier list. Fun though, really fun. That's why I'm like, is this B or C? Because like the end like kind of pisses me off. But like if it was just judging it by the main game, by the first layer, I would put this as a solid B. This was really cool. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put Animal Well in B. It was really good. It was really interesting. Very atmospheric. I definitely liked it more than Rain World. Sorry, not sorry. Because it had a bit more mechanical heft to it. With the Metroidvania item shenanigans. Yeah. No. This is right. For people who want to hunt those things, they can get there. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, and so are you. I just didn't want to. I definitely had some like, oh, there's really cool moments like later on in Animal Well when I discovered some secrets. So if you like Rain Well, you'll like Animal Well, I feel like. Yeah. I think I've got anything more to Animal Well without like spoilering stuff. What else we got here? Uma Musume. Pretty Dabi. Again, it's so funny because like I watched, like I saw the announcement of this franchise, of this idea of the horse anime girls, right? Like over 10 years ago, I feel like. But like, when was this announced? I feel like I looked this up multiple times now. Uma Musume. Also, freaking game of the year awards, Game Awards. Uma Masume. Fucking makes you want to strangle them. Didn't even type into Google and listen to the pronunciation once. Uma Masume. And the gacha of the year goes to Uma Masume. Fucking I have a good one, friend. Cheers for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Have a good night. Bye bye. Let's see. When was it? When was it announced? Where is it? Development. Announced. Yeah, it was announced 10 years ago. Fucking. This was when I still watched like some. God, 10 years ago. Yeah, this was when I was fresh out of school. Basically. And then this shit took so long, and then the anime actually came out. And I watched the first season of that. And I didn't even know that there was more seasons. And I don't think I'm going to watch those, but hey, maybe, who knows. Got many cute girls, and maybe that's more palatable than, again, the story in-game. Anime just having more dynamic presentation with music and voicing and animations of the anime. Alright. Another Crab's Treasure. That was a fun fucking game. Boop. Boop-a-doop. That was a fun fucking game. Oh no, this thing is like so long I don't even... I guess I can zoom out, huh? I need to at that point. Here. Doop. Another Crab Starter is very good, very solid. Souls-like and contained in itself, has some fun skills. Obviously no weapon variety of any way, but it's cute. It's a cute game. It's just a good fucking game. The horse skills will not forget this. Hey, Danica. Look. I already talked about this. I'm not going to repeat myself. You enjoy your horse skills. I told you not to look. You can have fun with your horse skills. I ain't stepping on your horseshoes. Another Crab Starter was just nice. I don't think I have much to say about this. Maybe a bit lacking in level design, but it's just solid. It's just solid, and in this case, solid. Is solid enough for A? Actually, I had a good time with it though. I kind of want to drop Unicorn Overlord Tennessee. Isn't I feel like I've seen Cinderella Grey's like free on YouTube, isn't it? I can just watch the whole thing. Look. I believe you that it's super hype and cool and fun and interesting. But I have the same issue as with some other stuff in that I don't want to get invested in something. I just don't want to. I just don't want to get invested in it. I'm like, oh yeah, this could be cool, but I also don't want to get invested in it. I feel like I may be able to now. So I already cut my, what do you call it? What's like the expression I'm looking for? I tried my metal at for the longest time, okay, back off. For the longest time, I didn't want to watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners because I had no interest in Cyberpunk, and even though I fully trust and hear that Edge Runners is like really good independently from Cyberpunk, I'm like, yeah, but either it might not be as good if I'm not interested in Cyberpunk, or it is really good and makes me interested in Cyberpunk, which I don't want to be. I don't want to play Cyberpunk. I do not want to be invested in the Cyberpunk world or anything like it. And knowing my personality, I was thinking, oh, but if it's really good, then I will get invested into it. And I don't want that. I did watch Edge Runners now. I managed to hold off, not Google or Wikipedia stuff, and just enjoy a contained story. And hey, maybe I can do that for Cinderella Crate. Right? Maybe you can just do that. Yeah, reading those in a silver arm. Funny enough, I did watch now a 4-hour video essay on Cyberpunk and how it does and doesn't deliver on its promises. Being honestly, now that I hear about it, kind of sounds similar to a case of Bloodlines 2, and that is not really an RPG or an immersive sim, and just more of an action adventure with fake choices, more fake than Telltale choices. But that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, I guess another craps treasure actually goes to be, and I do drop Unicorn Overlord to see, huh? But does it really, Danica? Does it really? I mean, maybe it does. I haven't played it. I can only parrot what somebody else who has played it extensively has said. And I'm not invested enough to watch other people talk about it, nor play it myself. And I don't want to be, so I will stay with my maybe wrong opinion, and I will not actually defend it, because it's not really my opinion. It's somebody else's opinion that I think usually has decent opinions. Where was I? Crabs. I played Shadow Dragon. Yippee! I finally played Shadow Dragon after having dropped it originally when I discovered Fire Emblem on the DS exists and it's a remake of the first one, and I got it, and then it was kind of bad, and I didn't really like the class changing mechanics. And Someday Awakening came out, and that was a lot better. Shadow Dragon is okay. It is an okay game. I really liked the last chapters where I truly did discover the power of the cheese and just used the warp staff for 5 chapters and managed to beat the game with that. That was pretty fun. I don't think it's fun enough to actually bump it to B tier. Don't get me wrong, I love Fire Emblem in general, but I mean, this is old. It's a bit old and crusty, you know. I'll play Mystery of the Emblem at some point. I think this goes into C. Although this would mean I like this as much as Unicorn Overlord. Which I don't think is the case. The longer I go on, the deeper Unicorn Overlord sinks in my approval ratings, huh? There's just so many things that annoyed me in that game. And then talking about it has really made it bubble forth again. Hold on, I'm queuing some more songs just in case. Alright, yeah, I don't, Overall, I also played on normal, so it was kind of easy, huh? Maybe I should have played on hard. At the same time, it was really funny. The warp staff was pretty funny. Maybe that is enough to bump it to B. I'll consider this later on again. Yeah, here. Thumbnail. It's just my overlay, plus me, plus text. Another funny one. Making overlays is always such a... Sometimes I take pride in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this does look good. When it's just me, like, if I think about the actual things that I do resulting in the end, I'm like, this should be really easy and it's such a nothing burger. And then when I do it, I'm like, oh, this is actually so annoying to do. And then when I'm finished, I'm like, you know what, I did a good work. Even though, again, in theory, it's just find a picture that fits good as the background, that has like a corner there and like is not too filled with other stuff here and there, and that is colored nicely, right? Just find a good picture for it. Remeasure the borders and redo the borders to have like a good shadow, a good like pop out, and then color the borders in a way that is nice looking, maybe with some weird freaking GIMP effects of like reglossing or like doing some tearing in these things. And those usually the time that takes the thing that takes the most time, doing the borders and making them stand out a bit. And then just like doing shadows, and then I'm basically done, right? Like, it's not actually hard work or a lot of work, but it feels like it. So it does also still feel satisfying to have it in the end and be like, you know what, this overlay does look good. Despite, you know, you see like feetsies here of Marth and Co. Yeah. It's honest work. Lilies. This was also a really nice, like, 2D Soulsy Metroidy game. I think this does go an 8 here, huh? The bosses were cool, the world was cool, a bit dreary, of course, and the coloration stuff. Some mysteries a bit more annoying to get to than others. The map I did not like, really. The map could have been so much better. Did I like this more than the messenger? Ooh. Did I like this more than the messenger? Not sure. I think so. Because I think Annalise has more fun RPG elements and definitely way cooler boss fights. Even though the movement in the messenger is always, of course, like more platformer-like and thus like smoother. I think Ender Lily still beats it out because the boss fights were pretty fucking fun and the exploration was like decent enough. Yeah. I think that sounds about right. Also, making this thumbnail was a very odd experience. fitting my face on top of that, and then doing like partial opacity see-through. This looks so cursed. Look at this. It's so cursed. Actually, if you like look too closely into it, it's really fucking cursed. My special eyes. What about Xenoblade? A game of both enjoyment and frustration. You know what? I will put Last Train Home to D tier. So, Xenoblade is not S tier, it's not F tier, it's not E tier or D tier. It is in one of these three, naturally. I don't think I can put it in C tier. I do enjoy it. I did enjoy Xenoblade. The thing is, I'm not finished with it, right? I have definite gripes about Xenoblade. Conceptually, I got very angry at Xenoblade at several points in time, especially early on. And the thing is with Xenoblade, right? The story and the characters do seem very anime, but it is actually a really cool and compelling world and story. The gameplay from Overleveled is also still really fun. But I did yell at it several times. and I had some kerfuffles with Wolf, who explained me things, because the tutorials lie to you at times and don't really explain things well. And there's a lot of very obtuse JRPG, classic JRPG, doesn't explain shit type of mechanics. And I mean, the blade gacha is like, this is whatever. Some requirements are weird. But some stories are just really cute too. I think it does go in A tier. I think I overall had a better time with Xenoblade 2 than with these other games in B tier. And sometimes getting angry at things is fun. So, yeah. You know what? Xenoblade lands at A. And we'll finish it this year. Yeah. I'll finish it this year. God, I can't even start so many new games because I got stuff to finish this year. I still got more Blueprints to play. I still got more Xenoblade to play. I still got Warcraft 3, Azeroth Reborn to play. I definitely want to start Gaiden and finish Gaiden. What else? What else is definitely on the near list? Near list. I don't actually know if I want to play Death's Door or Chained Echoes on stream. I still haven't touched those though, so they might still be good for it. Not sure. Not sure. I think there was something else, but I don't remember. I'll pick Me Side. I played that for Halloween and then finished it like a month later, finally. At first, very interesting, but then kind of became whatever. Like the start seemed so strong, but then over time it just got kind of like it built up something that I feel like it didn't really resolve at all. And maybe that's the point and all that, right? Or you gotta play the RG and look at the other hints and to data mine or whatever, or participate in community. But overall, it's just kind of like a cute girl designs plus some cool horror elements. But story is honestly, it reminded me a bit of Signalis in that bit. Where also was kind of, except that for Signalis, I afterwards like coped more with it and like found peace with like knowing certain things, whereas this one just kind of like fell flat in a way to me. So yeah, I mean, it's a streaming hotness because cute horrifying girl. And then I played Blueprints. Actually, we're gonna... Hold on. Actually, I'm first gonna talk about Dispatch. Because Dispatch actually finished, right? So Dispatch was actually the first time I played one of these Choices Matter Telltale games myself. Previously, I only really experienced them through watching others. So for this one, I actually didn't watch, like, I watched like the first 2 chapters, I think, of people playing it, which doesn't like do too much. For this one, I actually just played it myself. I made my own choices. And it was a really good story, and had, I told this at the end of Dispatch, the voice acting and the animation was absolutely stellar. Really amazing. The gameplay was there. Sometimes it's a bit fun dispatching, but the longer you do it, the more you also kind of like realize how kind of bad it is. Like it's very much it's a story game, and the dispatching is just like it's just kind of there, and there's a lot of flaws in it. For like a proper game in that sense. And then obviously, despite being one of these like Choices Matter, like story games, movie games, it was very upfront with actually QuickTime events. They don't really matter. But also, now having watched other people play Dispatch, I think is a mistake. Because it really does break that illusion of choice that the game presents you as its main narrative point of like you make choices and affect things, blah blah blah, we'll remember that and so on, right? And how minuscule the changes are. Like sometimes replacing a character here or replacing a character there, but then still them doing the same thing, or a big choice at the end of the game leading to literally the same outcome, which is really disappointing by how impactful the choice seemed that I made, and how the talking about it seemed like such a critical point in decision, and then seeing somebody else pick a different choice that to me obviously screamed that's the wrong choice, and the game emphasizing this is the wrong choice, but it doesn't matter because you gotta have the same ending anyway. So yeah, I really shouldn't have seen anything else. You really shouldn't replay this or see anybody else play this. Just be happy with like your one playthrough, and it's going to be really good. But the game is really expensive for that. But then again, super expensive voice actors and the animation and stuff, high budget, blah blah blah. I think that's a B. The strongest episodes are 4, 5, and 6. For sure. 4, 5, and 6, I think, are the strongest episodes. 7 and 8 suffer from having to converge all the ending choices. 1, 2, and 3 are set up. So 4, 5, and 6 are like, that's the good shit. Oh, that's a rune. What's up? Alright. Can I have... Oh man, I'm scared of pressing the Blueprint soundtrack because I could get spoiled. As I found out with Naomi, the soundtrack sometimes does have some different stuff in it. No, I don't want that one. 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 Where's the opening thing? No, just give me the... Where's the... Huh? No, not that one. Where is the fucking... This is stupid. How is that not the first thing in the playlist? Is it this? No, it's not this. What the fuck? I'm so upset. Nope, not that one. Nope. Wow, where is the... What the... I'm so upset. How can I not find any of this? No, it's not this one. No, it's not that one. I'm so mad. How has nobody else looked for this? I'm talking about the thing that plays when you know what? I can solve this. I can solve this right now. I can solve this right now. Just do it myself. I'm talking about loading this track. How have I not found this track anywhere? It's more of a jingle, I guess. But does it not continue? I'm so confused. There's a Call It a Day track. I don't know anymore. Blueprints. Blueprints. Blueprints, blueprints, blueprints. Potentially mild spoilers. I will avoid most of anything here. Also very happy with the thumbnail here. And you can all the tiny details I put in that. Even though nobody will see those because it's a thumbnail, so it's obviously actually very small, so you can't actually see all these little things, especially like up here. There's just no chance. But I put them in there anyway. Blueprints. So I complained about Animal Well, right? And yet, I adore Blueprints' shenanigans. And I think they are inherently different in the way they approach that, like, in-depth, secret puzzle shenanigans, mystery of the world, and stuff. One, naturally directly through gameplay, because in Animal Well, to find those secrets, you have to do Metroidvania gameplay and platforming gameplay and physically like look for those things in there. In Blueprints, you have the tile laying game effectively, right? The mansion building. But I feel like it gives you knowledge learning experience that Animal Well lacks because it is execution focused. Because it's a Metroidvania, like you gotta do the execution and do the jumping and stuff like that. Versus the thinking around corners, what is a clue for what detail have you overlooked, what goes in combination with what, and what will you sometimes find randomly. Because you see a new room, or you notice a new detail in that room, or certain rooms going together. And I think that is a bit of the beauty of the roguelike aspect. It does feed you better with questions. In Animal Well, I feel like I was not really fed with wanting to solve it. In Blueprints, I am constantly being fed questions and sometimes being fed answers to I don't know what questions yet. Which kind of makes that a lot more compelling to me. Now, I've rolled credits at Blueprints. I've made it to room 46. I'm not done with my personal experience of Blueprints. I want to see more things. The game has still many, many questions that I would like answers to, and I can see myself getting some of these answers still. Will I go full super mega deep and try to solve everything in that game? No, I don't think so. I don't think my brain will be tethered hard enough to this that I would want that. But at some point, I will be able to loosen my grip a bit and be able to talk with other people about things potentially without necessarily spoilering myself, but also without maintaining this like sanctity of the blind playthrough. Which, I mean, is already kind of like sometimes broken by me asking questions, right? But like being a bit more open about it too. Now, what does this matter here? What does this matter here? I think it matters in the sense that, is this an SU game? And I think the answer is yes. For like all three of those for incredibly different reasons. Which makes it even hard to think of a favorite between those three. This year, once more, I don't think I have such a standout um, as Disco Elysium or 13 Sentinels or Crosscode was for me, or Outer Wilds, right? Last year I also struggled a bit on deciding on something, but I did in the end go with Tunic because it tickled my brain very well, even though like Songs of Conquest I like invested way more time in, and like the strategy parts and like all that. Like according to hours played, my game of the year should be Night Rain, right? I like Night Rain a lot, but it's not in that standout way that these other three hits me. And I think if we're going by that metric of what for me is actually a game of the year and what I like chose in the past, games that hit me, the only metric that Metaphor fulfills here is that middle dungeon. Because otherwise it's just a very good JRPG Persona-like Atlas game. I don't think that really fits the wow factor that I looked for in my game of the year choices. And I think the same has to apply to Nine Souls. It is really good, the boss fights are really good, but if we're going by wow factor, by me making notes and getting super invested in the world, then it's gotta be Blueprints. Same as Tunic was last year, of me making all these notes and screenshots and figuring things out and wondering how to solve certain puzzles. I think my game of the year stuff is this type of like wow factor that like surprises me, or the story surprises me, or my engagement surprises me. So I think I'll note down. Blueprints. And the fucking winner at the end of the year, from behind. Blueprints. What was my... Oh, there you go. Alright. Outer Wilds. Where's 13 Sentinels? There. Oh, there. I just didn't look at it correctly. Yeah. Though again, I feel like this year is again very close. Between all three. In terms of my overall liking of them. I just really like Metaphor and Nine Souls as well. But yeah, wowing and intenseness of my sessions. But like getting intensely... Oh, now I'm questioning myself whether I want to say Blueprints or if that's just recency bias. Because Metaphor and Nine Souls were both at the very start of this year, and now Blueprints is now at the very end. Really sandwiched this year, huh? Three-way tie. No, I'm gonna leave it on Blueprints because that is just like a very unique experience, and Metaphor could be said again very Persona-like. Not Souls again could be said very Sekiro-like, Metroidvania-like. I don't think there is a game like Blueprints that I played, other than maybe Tunic. All right. Tier is complete. I say we wrap this up. Get the stuff out of here. Go save my image. I did a tier list. Beautiful. Yeah, just overall less games, right? Just overall less games. Because not as many one-offs, so these lower tiers were kind of stretched thin. Many things landed in B tier instead of an A tier as well, but got some S tier contenders. A bit more skewed this year, I guess you could say. A bit more skewed. But overall still nice. And surely this year will be more games, right? Right? I'll be able to play more games and not get stuck in other games or get distracted in other games. Oh, I need to turn off Blueprints. T, Alt F4 that. Alright. I think we're gonna finish this off with ye old Akamitai. And I don't know if this is gonna stay in the VOD. I'm probably just gonna leave it, but just in case I cut it out, YouTube, have a good one. Alright, let's run it. Baka mitai kodomo nano ne. Yume wo ootte kitsutsuita. Uso ga heta na kuse ni waraenai egao o miseta. I love you もろくに言わない口下手でこんなに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたいバカみたい本当バカねあんた信じるばかりで強い 女のふり切なさ夜風浴びる一人になって3年なく過ぎ街並みさえも変わりましたなのにどうして未練だけ置き去りほんまにろくな男やない揃いの指輪外しますざまみろせいせいするわいい加減待っててもバカみたいダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でもゆぐまない思い出がバカみたいほんまにろくな男やない揃いの指輪外しますざまみろせいせいするわなんなのよこの涙バカみたいAnd a happy new year. Bye bye.